At what hour of the day should you kiss your wife? Today I'm here at Shapero Rare Books on Bond Street, and I'm here to talk about some of their very exciting science rare books. And I'm here with Laura, the senior science specialist, who's going to tell us a little bit more about this one in particular.
This is The Mysteries of Conjugal Love Revealed by Nicholas Finet. It was first published in French in 1695, and this is the first English translation published in 1703.
What exactly was an early modern sex manual? What would it have been used for?
So we know that prior to this, there were books about specific aspects of sexuality. For instance, obstetrics, or there may have been herbals that included remedies for sexual health problems. But this is the first book to really run the gamut, everything from how bodies work to how children are conceived, how they develop in the womb, and then sort of philosophical and ethical questions about sexuality and relationships.
Who would it have been aimed at, this sort of book? What would have been the imagined audience for this kind of text?
It probably was intended for educated men. Now, we know from book history that books don't always stay within the circles that they're intended for, especially once cheaper reprints became available, pirated editions, and it had a very long printing history, up 200 years from when it was first published to when it stopped being printed.
So it was very popular then, I imagine, in that case. And would people have likely come to it to sort of solve their problems or out of curiosity?
It probably was a mixture of all those things. You know, people would have been reading it for the same reasons that we read this stuff today. They wanted relationship advice. They wanted to find out, you know, the best ways to get someone into bed with them, or, you know, information about their periods, or what to do if they had an STD. So it's like all the same stuff. One of the things I love about this book is that it's a little bit cheeky, a little bit anti-establishment, and it can be quite funny. And my favorite chapter begins with the question, at what time of the day is it best to kiss one's wife? And so he goes into this kind of long disquisition about, you know, how the heat of the day affects your body and how the food and your digestion affects your sexuality. He decides that 4 to 5 hours after supper is the best time. And he writes that there is nothing ruins our stomach and weakens digestion more than love, it exhausting us to that degree by dissipating our natural heat and wasting our spirits, that we feel great inconveniences in the principal parts.
So there you go, you have to kiss your wife 4 to 5 hours after supper, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, 4 to 5 hours after supper. That's the answer to your question. Thank you very much, Laura, for talking us through this book. This is absolutely excellent. And if you happen to be in London, then please do pay a visit to Shapero Rare Books. It is an absolute treasure trove in here of wonderful rare books and works on paper. Pretty much everything you can think of, really. So don't forget to stop by.